Here we go. So the hook today is, what do you really want? What is it that you really, really, really want? This week has been phenomenal. Everybody I met, everybody I talked to, they don't know what they want. People think they know what they want, but they don't really know what they want. It's kind of a weird thing, and I want you to just think like it's strange. Get the ego out of the way. Do you want to delete your debts? Do you want to have a less mortgage? But I want you to go to the negative. I want you to ask, what do I really want? Everybody wants something. What is the theme for this year? Is it a job, or do you want a job that you don't hate? So if you go that way, that's a negative thing, and you don't want to be on the negative. You want to be on the positive, because negative is not the way to go. For example, you could say, I don't want to live in this home anymore. Well, I don't want to live in this home anymore is not a goal. That's not a want. That's a negative want. It sounds simple, but it's not. Oh, I want to do what God's will is. Well, what the heck is God's will? So I want you to get really, really specific this year in 2024. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because over the last 2 days, out of the 19 clients that are currently in the system, nobody showed up to the morning meeting. I'm like, it would be nice to work with one or two people every morning on what do they really want? What do you really love to do? Because the last 6 conversations I had with 4 out of the 6, they don't know what they want. They don't know what kind of job. All they know is that they want a better life. They want more money. They want more income. But you really have to be very specific. Is it $200,000 job? Is it in Denver? Is it in Colorado? Is it in New York? Is it in Manhattan? In what company? And then some people would say, I want to take more vacations. Where do you want to take more vacations? Maldives, Paris, Italy. There's a lot of places. You got to be specific. What do you really, really want? Some people would say, I want more money. Well, here's $10. Here's $5. Money is just paper. What are you going to do with the money? So right away in lesson 1 and 2, for those who really jump and start working with me, we're going to figure that out for you. What is that worthy goal? What is it that you really want? Because money is just a means to the end. Money will just help you get things done. You don't want just money. Money is just paper. That doesn't do anything. This money doesn't do anything in my pocket. If it's 20, 100, 200, 300, what do you really want? See, the universe is going to give you what you want if you really stick to it. And don't be very, very general. It's like, if you want to send me a letter, you won't send me the alphabets. You will actually write the words. What is it is your problem? So, I mean, some people would say, I want to live somewhere, having really fun on the beach and really living a nice free life. Well, what the heck does that mean? It's almost like a meaningless life. It doesn't have a purpose, doesn't have a vision. Okay, fine. You don't want to be attached to a job. You don't want a boss that doesn't like you, but let's get you specific. What do you really, really want? So, like I said, this is coming from this week where 2 mornings in the row out of the 19 people in my cohort, 12 private and 6 in the group, nobody showed up. And I was like, it would be nice to work with somebody for the next 20, 30 days on what do you really want. If we can just figure that out. Imagine. On one of the conversation that I had earlier in the week, I think it was Tuesday, that guy said, I just want to retire happy with a lot of money. Well, man, anybody could do that. Even Joe Blow down on the street, on the park bench, he is happy and he's retiring. Is that really what you want? Just to have nothing to do with earth, nothing to do with people around you? I mean, let's get serious about this. Like, what do you really want? Life has more for you if you give it more. Life is going to become more interesting if you become more interesting. Life is going to become more lovable if you become more in love with you first. So this study of the mind and the conscious and the unconscious, if you want to come and study it, and this is what I'm studying. I study the mind, right? I study the mind of what's really happening. So imagine we can do this for the next 20, 30, 40 days. What's everybody want? You think Elon Musk wants more money? He doesn't care about the money. He wants to get people up to Mars to experience a whole new renaissance. The money doesn't matter. The money is going to come from the thing that you love to do. So ask yourself this question. Toward this goal this year, make it the theme this year that you are going to figure this out. And then we're going to work on the plan to get you this goal. The money to Elon Musk doesn't matter anymore, because now he's got millions and billions of dollars. He's learning how to influence a huge generation, but he really wants to get us to Mars. That's a mission. Some other people want to learn really about the mind and how the mind really works. Some other people want to learn about how the physiology of the body, the cells and this and that. Get very, very specific. You might want to become the best mechanic on BMWs in the world. That's what you really, really want. So it's possible for you to get very, very specific. Don't be in the general, because when you're in the general, you're going to stay general and nobody's going to care about you. You have to become very specific. You want a $150,000 job in what city, in what company? Let's get you the skill set that you need to grow. See, basically, if you want just more time to do what? To be by yourself, go live in the mountain. Go. There's many places on this earth. You don't need to be in a city. You can go live in the mountain by yourself. So what is it that you really want? I want you to be very, very specific. So we have a framework, and right away in lesson one was some of the questions that we ask you and get you to take time to think. Yes, take time to think. See, most people don't think. Most people think they think, but they're not thinking. I think it's been said 2% of people think, 3% think they think, 95% rather die than think. Just like going on stage, and you have to make a presentation, people don't want to think. They want somebody else to do it for them. That's why 95% of the people are stuck. People just want to go to a job and get paid $10, 5 or 8 or 12 or 20, and somebody telling them what to do. And they're like, why am I so miserable? Why am I not feeling good? Why am I only making $40,000 when so and so with less degrees making twice the money? They figured out what they want. They're on a mission. They have a goal. They have a purpose. Do you have a goal? Like, I know what I want. I want to go. I know exactly what my next trip is going to be, where my next vacation is going to be, where my next goal is going to be. I've worked on 3 goals that came through this same material, and now I'm working on my 4th goal, which is right here on a piece of card, and I have it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm so happy and grateful now that I was working with a guy yesterday, just on a prospect call, and he's working on this interview. He wants to get this job, and he's like, "If I get this job, when I get this job, maybe I'll get this job." You know what? If and maybe and this, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it, because you have to be it before it happens. You have to create the muscle memory and the mental consciousness to create it to happen. So right away, I worked with him to give him something to do. Hopefully, he does it. If he does it, and if he succeeds very well in the interview, he should land the job. And if it's not in this job, it's probably they don't deserve him. He will go somewhere else. So, like I said, this is coming from what do you really want? I want you to work towards your goal this year. I want you to stop waiting. Many of you are just waiting. Oh, do I pay $1,000 or 2,000 or 10 for some mentorship? It's going to be worth it when you make 100 grand, 200 grand. That's going to be worth it. Or you can give me 10% of that, which is a whole lot more than what I charge you upfront for it. All right. So let's get on with it. Let's get you working towards your goal. I'm looking for that 2 or 3 people that would come and work with me for 30 days. And this is coming because the 19 that I have, they're not showing up. And if you're listening to me and you're my client, I miss you. I love you. But you know what? You haven't been showing up. When I study in the morning at 6 a.m., I don't want to be alone. So come and study with me. Let's work together, 2 or 3 of you, to figure out what do you really, really, really want. Okay, that's the mission and that's the talk. Really love you. Hopefully this inspired you to move into the action and actually do the work. So let's get on a call, go on the website, book the time, and show up. All right, talk to you soon. Love you. Blessings. Have an amazing Friday.